Where's he gone?
That's funny.
Well, it wouldn't be a 3-veteran stream without something going wrong.
Yeah, he's
I'm
voted
here,
himself off
gentlemen,
his own
don't
island.
It's his Halloween thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Oh, he is. He's got all. I know what he's done.
We're going to
Scare
play a
me.
little game.
Scare me, Mikey.
Okay, this sounds like Saw.
What makes
We
you
should
think
call-
it's Saw, John? I wouldn't get you to.
We're going to
saw
play a
off
little
then.
game. You sound like we're gonna play a game called Model Knife.
Sounds like a good idea, John. Don't put ideas in my head. Now, I need you two to pay close attention, okay?
Okay.
I need you to pay closer attention to the screen. Come closer, gentlemen.
Okay.
Closer, Gary.
Yeah, right.
Boom!
Oh, yeah, he's trying to look like me. Yeah, that's not funny. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for something to happen.
Can you not see his image?
Yeah, he's looking quite well today. Very good, Mikey. Very good.
Yeah.
I quite like this. It suits me. That one.
Oh, I wasn't going to say, but
Oh, it's fine. Don't you like my hair?
oh yeah,
Sure.
yes, it's,
Yes.
Hippie Jesus look.
it's sort of hippie Marley look.
Yeah.
So yeah, just before he came live, I was saying to Gary that it's Halloween here right now. So a couple of hours ago, we had all the kids running around the neighborhood sort of dressed up and stuff like that. And I saw the best Halloween costume ever. It was scary as all get out. It was an Australian breakdancer from the Olympics. It's a 13-year-old boy dressed up as what do they call it? Ray gun. It's funny. Yeah. Anyway,
I do have a picture. My son had his annual Halloween party last night,
Did he dress up as you?
and I don't know. And actually, it's very, very good. Let me just get the picture up.
I think I look very glamorous today.
yeah,
We can be twins.
could
I don't
be.
know whether you can see that.
My eyebrows aren't quite as dark as yours.
No.
That's
Yeah.
that's Lee and Della in the middle with the kids
Right.
for Halloween,
That's cool.
and I believe my son and his wife were dressed up with something to do with Nightmare Before Christmas or something.
Yeah. So
Like
yeah,
I don't really know.
that's
Because I
cool.
don't
can't
do
remember
horror.
Jack
closest-
Skellington, but I can't remember her name.
Yes. I don't do horror. The closest I get to anything horror was playing Resident Evil.
It's not horror. Nightmare Before Christmas is just a really good story.
It just doesn't. That sort of thing just doesn't interest me.
Hmm.
Is he going to stay like that for the whole screen?
Yeah, seems that way.
I doubt it because I can't see without my glasses.
And he's getting hot.
I just can't see without my glasses.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's going to become interesting when you're working on your train, isn't it? And you can't see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of this Halloween bullshit
Yes.
stuff.
Quite right. I shall take this off.
He doesn't want to see. I can breathe. I can breathe.
We'll all scream, "Ah! Put it back on! Put it back on!"
I was exactly going to do that. You just ruined my joke.
You know I can hear you, right?
Yes. Oh, it's ghastly. Anywho.
Right, modelling.
Ah!
Oh, so here we are, Thursday,
Yeah.
11 o'clock ish.
Yes.
5 minutes in.
Well, yeah, thereabouts.
Yeah.
I've been playing with my 3D printer this week.
Ooh. Makes a
And
change. Usually it's playing with someone else.
I have printed off 1 or 2 items, some of which I cannot show because they are surprises for people. But one thing I did print off yesterday is I think it's an M109 Paladin. And this was a 3D print. It was actually 1:100 scale. But what I did was I scaled it up by 138%, making it 1/72 scale. It needs a little bit of work on the, a bit of sanding. But I thought I'd give that a go, see what it's like, see how I can paint it up, and what it looks like when I've done. Because I've got a whole shed load of 1/100 scale armor 3D print files I want to play around with. Apart from that, I was building my Wildcat, my 1/72 Airfix Wildcat, but I've lost the canopy.
Still haven't found it.
No, I've done a Marley. And then I was printing some stuff off for John for his MiG-21 build, a set of boarding ladders and some chocks. And the print failed, so I'm going to excuse me. So I'm going to print them off again today.
Super.
Yeah. So yeah, the story goes, as explained to Mikey and Gary yesterday, that at Telford I had bought a couple of 3D printed stuff, accoutrement. So it's showing here, this is what is it, £7.50 for a 70-second scale boarding ladder and chocks. So this is for a MiG-21 by 3D Print Mayhem. So tiny little things like that, but you can see they're just it's very nice. And the chocks they're sort of upside down, but you get the idea. So they're nice. Anyway, I grabbed the wrong one. I picked up the 48 scale one, which is the right one, and then I must have put it down again, looking for something else, a boarding ladder for the Tornado, and I went back and grabbed the wrong thing. So it's only when I got back to Australia I went, bugger. So I just thought, well, I wouldn't mind a 48 scale boarding ladder for when I eventually do that MiG-21, which I'm thinking about doing it next. So that's the thing. I'm having first world problems again about what to do. But in modelling news, I've finished a thing. It was finished. So this
isn't here to see it. She's running a TOTS group at the local church.
Is she? Qatari Spitfire is done. So isn't it lovely? I think it's coming out rather well.
Yeah.
I like it anyway. I've gone for clean rather than dirty because it was about 20 days old when this aircraft was shot down. So
wonderful.
It's happened again.
Amazing. Really nice.
You broke that antenna for a 5th time.
Yeah, it's not broken. It just pulled out, so it didn't glue too well.
Have you ever thought of maybe, I don't know,
gluing it properly? Using modelling skills?
Yeah. Those things you've developed over years.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, I would have preferred the other radio antenna mast, but
you broke that one as well, didn't you?
Yeah, it's in about 4 pieces. Like it's a little bit there and another bit up there, and it's shattered.
You must be the clumsiest modeler I've ever met.
No, that's my job.
Well, it's a competition. I think all of us have had better days. Like we'll see. It's a matter of time until I drop this knife onto my leg.
Okay, calm down, Stuart. Gary, I think you need to angle your camera down a little bit. Whenever you lean forward, you sort of look like you're Pac-Man trying to eat your own name. There we go. There we go.
Oh no, what have you been doing this week, Mikey?
Well,
you've been
I've done some work on my build with Steph and Tiff, which if I can get My camera switched over. Okay,
Hey.
so get it in focus, get a light on. Ooh, bright light. There we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's not quite lined up, but hey. Okay, so that's it so far. Okay.
Oh.
But I decided I'm going to put propeller on, but the propeller would hit the ground with the wheels on if it was on the radiator. So
Right.
I saw these lamps on the sprue, and I thought, and then I glued it to an albatross wheel or wheel off the albatross biplane. I thought I can make that turn because it just happens that which is a drive sprocket from a Sherman tank, just fits nicely inside the wheel. So if I zoom in a bit, you'll see it better. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So that fits in there like that. And then I'm going to glue that onto the bonnet. Oops.
All right, yeah.
And glue this shaft, which is an old PCB drill bit that snaps.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Onto that. So then it'll be, once the wheels are on, it'll be high enough out of the way. And I'll be able to spin it. So I've done that. I did that bit that you guys saw yesterday that I'm not going to
that's top secret
on here because I want it to be a surprise for Sharon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a surprise for Sharon. And I also worked to my Nikoloff,
who
I've called Nigel.
Oh, Nigel.
Right, Nigel.
I called him.
It's very nice. I've got one of them.
Yeah,
But
Nigel the Nigel.
I've got one of them still in the
They're
box.
all right to paint, you know.
Yeah, looks. I like what you've done with the wings. I like what you've done with the wings.
Thank you. That's red leather mixed with clear orange.
Cool.
Oh.
See, I like it, but the only problem I have is I decided to paint it in red and green. And the problem is I'm red and green colorblind.
Well, it's a beautiful
which I
shade of red.
forgot. Which means the edge, I can't really see the edges between the red and the green on the wings very well. So I don't know what they come out like. But they seem to come out all right.
Yeah.
With guesstimation.
Yeah.
It looks all right.
Looks good to us.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks good to me, and that's what matters. So.
That's it. Your model, your
so
rules.
that's what I was doing. Exactly. And like I said, I'm red-green colorblind, so I think the fact I've done it the way I have is impressive. To any degree of style.
Absolutely.
Not just ending up with a red-green blob of a mess.
Blob of a mess.
Right, so there you go.
Boom.
Okay. So, what are you doing today, gentlemen?
Descartes. Well, panicking because I'm going to try.
You don't think the decals work?
I've got a distinct feeling that these decals, the minute they touch water, are going to shatter.
Yeah.
We'll see how we go.
They'll
they'll either work or they won't.
I hope I'm proved wrong.
So it's quite different from the Hornby one. In that the Hornby one has like 3 lines of yellow, one down the center. Now, what I was looking at this for is the placement of these. So the nameplate is meant to be symbolic of the shape of an aircraft wing. So fuselage in the middle and the wing sort of tapered. But yeah, they're sort of in line with the center drive wheel. So that's what I'm going to do is just move them there. And and so back here, it doesn't have, it's got serial numbers and decals, but it's got, these ones are whatever symbol that is. Must be Southern Railway. But they look like they're going to go in the middle of the tender instead of saying British Railways.
Yeah.
Whatever they say.
They actually say British Railways.
Do they?
Yeah, I'm just looking at them through my Optivisor.
Oh, let's do that.
Mine actually say British Railways.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how they
I'm
go.
trying to find mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
So,
keep that. I'll keep that
I'm
as a
gonna
reference.
attempt
I
to
actually can't
to
remember what I've done with
apply
mine.
Your decals or your train?
My decal.
Right. Hey, there's probably a lot of comments. Did you want me to read them out while you look for anything to do?
Yeah, you can. But do as animated as possible. Don't be boring.
Oh, too late.
Don't be your
Duke is
usual
in.
boring
First comment
doctor.
again. Only 9 hours to wait. So yeah. So it's funny. So there was a purge, but there wasn't a purge. It's actually there, Duke. Well done. Well played. Modmin says, morning, folks. Please hit that like button on your way in. Thank you. And hit it again a second time just to be sure. And then they'll unsubscribe and then do it again. Duke says, what happened to my comment? Yeah, well, yeah, we now know. Dark Side, Scale Modeling says, well, again, sometimes if they were put up at a certain amount of hours ago, they disappear. It's annoying. But no, they're still there. Julian Hall says, morning all. Well,
Morning, Julian.
Jim, our resident Chicago person, says, good morning to Olyol. Actually, it's probably more southern states. Good morning, Tiffany, Modman. He also says, good morning to our gracious hosts.
Good morning, James.
Julian is thrilled that he's got the 6th comment that survived the StreamYard. YT Cull. YT is YouTube, I guess. Julian also says, morning, Jim. Looking at, Gary says, just waiting for Mikey to press the button. So this was Mikey being a minute late. He was making a brew. He'll be back shortly, and he was. Also, she says, good morning, everyone.
Finally figured it out.
Budget modeler,
If you look,
young Steph says,
if you look, if you remember the beginning of the series,
yeah,
the train kit I was using didn't have some wheels in it. It was missing
Yeah.
some wheels, right?
Yeah.
So I put everything back in the bag and got the other one out and put spares on this bag, on the first one, on the original one.
Yeah.
Look what's in there.
Really?
Decals in for the one I was making and put them in the new bag. I put them both in the same bag.
Yeah, well, at least you got them. Well done.
Yeah. So
yeah, Steph says, finally, because we were 3 minutes late.
Yeah, we're not as professional as you, Steph.
Duke says, g'day to all you beautiful people. Julian, good morning, John, Gary, Mikey, and leaving the most important to last, Tiff.
Yes.
Tiff is absolutely right that, the characters from
Jack and
Nightmare
Sally,
Before
that was
Christmas
it.
are Jack, Skellington, and Sally.
Skeleton.
Yeah. So.
Jim says, you couldn't tell the difference. You look like the same as always. Yeah.
Ugh.
So are you comfortable? Are you happy with the quality of your decals, Mikey? And Julian says, I think he means glamour less, not glamorous, Mikey. Yeah. So yeah, and that's all the comments for now. So, no, I am very wrong. Jim says, hello, Steph, Julian, Duke, and all the usual suspects. Squarish is in. He says, hello all. Hello, Squarish.
Hey, mate.
Julian says, no, put the mask back on. Oh, GMTA, John and Gary. So yeah, got GMTA, I'm not even sure what that is, but obviously we got in first. Duke says, Mikey's been modest, taking his mask off behind the screen. Yes, because we can't see his, if he makes his beard unkempt, then that would be terrifying.
Yeah.
Gary's in, saying, morning troops, all well? Absolutely.
Morning, Gary. Yes, all is good in the hood.
I didn't realise I'd muted my microphone.
Yeah, I see you have
Julian returns with morning, Gary. Jim says at Gary, good morning, Mr. Evans. Watched your build of the FX P40 yesterday. Very good, sir.
I've built a P40. It was nice.
It was nice.
It
Gary
wasn't-
replied, "Thanks, Jim. It's a very pleasing kit to build." Brian is in. Hello, Brian. Good
Hello,
morning
Brian.
to Olwell. Very welcome. Oh, they're all in. Timbo's in. Ahoy, internet fix. Back to watching you all like some sort of creep. Oh,
Just-
that laugh at the end sounded so real.
oh,
And
the good-looking Marley.
Better looking Marley says, "Sup."
At least you
Sir.
don't recall, at least you don't recall
Charlestown.
people as they sleep like you.
Right.
It's when they wake up and he's wearing the scream mask that's the problem.
Yes.
Maybe I won't do the details straight away because then I'll be handling it and all that stuff. I'll go on with a bit more detail painting. I'll probably do these later in the episode, but we'll see how we go. And Jim replies, hello and greetings to Timothy, Paul, and Brian. And that is all the comments.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, John.
Thank you. I'm here for 2 hours.
Tip your waitress.
Yeah. Where are we?
So the crucial alignment of these decals, stickers, transfers, whatever you want to call them,
Yes.
is the for the Biggin Hill and the crest is the center of the third wheel. No, the second wheel.
The center of the
middle wheel.
Yes. That's.
Do you mean the centre driving wheel or the
Yes.
centre wheel? Because the thing has
big
5
wheel.
sets of wheels.
The center big wheel.
The center driving wheel,
Blimey.
like that. Wheel.
There we go. See, that's the
however-
information we needed, Gary.
He's doing
Yeah,
okay.
If you look back at later on, you will see I was actually asking a question.
Exactly. I think it's
Jeez.
tough crowd.
Honestly, he's getting more and more pretentious as he gets more and more famous.
Infamous, more like. John, can you send me over that image, please, so that I can see the alignment?
Sure will.
It's the
Thank
center.
Sure will. I'll send the
Thank
three
you,
of them.
darling.
It's the center of the big wheel.
Well, we need them all.
Hello, darling. That
I
one.
have one.
And I'll send you the top of the train view and the spiel on the side, so you got all of it.
Clever Jim Marlell says, help! I'm tidying the shed. And a good morning, all.
Oh, tidying the
God,
shed.
Steph.
Oh, Steph. Wow.
Have you had a
Tidying
stroke
the-
or something? Are you
Not for
feeling
a
okay?
while.
God sings the morning.
So, I know this is going to upset John.
Yes. Everything upsets John.
because he's
Hang on.
not. But are
Hang
we
on.
getting excited for Telford?
Bastards.
Hang on. We've got more comments.
go
Duke
on,
says some people scream louder than others, Mikey. Mwahahaha. Yes, I imagine they do.
Okay.
It's
That
when
should
you're
have gone through.
breathing on them because you're that close.
See?
Duke
Duke-
says big wheels keep on turning.
He's trying to get me in trouble because he knows I'll start singing and then you'll tell me off.
Yes.
Budget Mall says nope, no stroke, but I had a bloody good feel. Laugh out loud. Julian says tip for your waitress. Last time I did that, she got a concussion. Oh, not that kind of tip. Yeah, not cow tipping kind of tip.
That didn't work.
So,
I'll try that
You're
again.
asking about Telford, Gary?
Oh, we're getting excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
It made me do sex in trousers.
Not bad. Yeah, it's a week away, isn't it? This time next week, we'll all be getting excited and unable to sleep.
And there'll be another major event happening at the same time.
Ooh,
The three veterans will be getting together. Except, well,
two of them will.
the four corners of the three veterans triangle will be getting together.
Yeah.
The fifth corner will be staying in Australia, of course. But
Yeah. I'll be there,
Yes.
you'll be there, and Modders will be there.
Yes. And guess what we're doing, John?
You're just going to be giggling that I'm not there?
No. Me and the two Garys are going for a meal and having a beer.
Bastardos. I think, yeah, so that weekend is also the ACT scale model thing. So Australian Capital Territory in Canberra. Saturday, Sunday. But on the Saturday night, I'm going to a no such thing as a Fitch recording of a podcast in Sydney Opera House. So I don't think I'll go down.
House isn't Telford, though, is it?
No, it's not. But it's admittedly a nicer sort of place, better view. You know, but no, can't complain. Oh no, I'll definitely not be in Telford, but yeah. Oh God, I hope you all have fun because it's an amazing event, and I think
We will, and
just
you
never
will
take it
be
for granted. It's just stunning.
We will make sure we take plenty of selfies, John, to show you.
You and Paul will be missed, but hopefully, Paul, if you're listening, work on your brother next year.
Ew.
Didn't Paul tell you, John, that he's coming this year?
Ew.
He's just leaving you behind.
Yes, I think I got a hint of that. Yes, I wasn't convinced until now, but thank you. And Paul, I will have words later on.
Ooh.
And it'll be a one-way conversation.
Thing is, if Paul does come, we can call him John all weekend, and everyone will think you're really there.
Yeah,
Well,
and say, "Oh, you're nicer than you were last year."
Paul, and we could just pretend John was there then, and we can really mess with Mick's head.
Yeah.
Mick has still not forgiven you for not bumping into him.
Oh,
Yeah, but
I didn't
they
see
were
him either.
Even though you're in the same photograph.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
There are a lot of people in that photo, though.
Yeah, but you're in the same photo, and yet neither of you realised the other one was there.
Yeah, but yeah. So Mick's convinced that I was photoshopped in later.
Neither of you were ever in the observer corps then.
No, Women's Royal Auxiliary Bloom Court.
Yeah. I said, like, it was interesting.
No, I am.
It was interesting.
Quite a few things I want to look at Telford this year, with a view to purchasing.
Is Marion going to need another mortgage?
Oh no.
Because I'm not sure the girl could take the strain.
No. She knows. But yes, it'd be a fun week, fun weekend, and I look very much forward to doing the after show report.
So Julian is acknowledging Steph, saying morning, Steph. Duke is saying, would I do that to you, Gary? Feigning sort of care for a moment, which is uncharacteristic.
So many times for, oh no, we're going to get a copyright strike if you sing that.
Yes, the better looking Molly says, proud Mary, keep on boinin'.
Oh, it's gone up.
As is rolling down the river. Gary says he'll wear the RAF badge you gave him last year. Thank you very much, Gary. That'd be swell. But
I shall be wearing a little off the shoulder number.
Typical of Gary to want to wear a badge that makes it sound like the posh version of the RAF. The RAF.
RAF.
The RAF.
RAF.
Who's in the RAF, don't you know?
Yes.
I've never heard it called a RAF.
I must work on my shopping list next week.
Oh,
I've been trying to work on mine this week. It's not going well.
in what way?
Well, I can't find any kits that really make me want to go, ooh, I want to buy
Things
that.
that make you go,
I bought a kit yesterday,
Exactly.
but we can't talk about it.
No, we can't. That's a secret.
It's a top secret
Top
kit.
secrety hushy hush.
Yeah.
Yes. Because it's the next build after the Fokker.
Oh, did you purchase it today? Did you?
I did purchase it yesterday. Yes.
Did you
Ah.
know if you go into Jadlands, it now gives you the option of whether you want to collect it at Telford?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Tenants do that as well.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I might just, I don't know. I mean, I've got plenty of time to get it, so
Oh God, yeah. We won't be doing that till after Christmas, will we?
probably.
So
not.
a Jedlam large enough to offer it if you pick it up from Telford as a 10% discount?
I don't know. Jadlam have taken over Hall 1 this year at Telford. I think they've
Have
got
they?
a massive. I think their stand at Telford this year is about twice the size, maybe 3 times the size of their stand last year.
Oh, great.
Ooh.
But you won't see it.
Yes.
We'll take a
Yes.
picture of it for you.
Yeah, with the caption.
And of course, the cool thing is, because it's for the show and it's not going to be a Christmas present, it means I don't have to include it in my
In your budget.
in my budget for Telford, which is excellent. Ooh, I tell you what, she did order me last night for Christmas. Models for Heroes hoodie.
Ooh,
Oh.
Mother Goose
Oh.
hoodie.
Yeah,
I have
So
the.
for the winter, I can wear it to keep warm.
Well, when you're setting fire to tobacconists. Oh no, sorry, that's a topical thing. It's a joke that'll
What are you
be
on about?
understood in certain parts of the world.
John, shut the fuck up. I love that I can say that with it.
Oh, because he could
And he's
say
still
it and
taking
mean it.
good humour.
What's
Yeah, but
going
he's still
on?
taking good humour, which is important.
Ah,
You take it in the way it's intended.
that's
Yeah.
what she said.
With
For
malice,
God's sake, Gary.
with a little touch of sarcasm.
Julian says.
Julian says.
Julian says, "Oi, folks! 12 watching and 4 likes. Hands up to the guilty 4. No, hang on in there. Oh, what? No, hang on. If their hands are up, they can't type. Bugger."
Good point. Very observant.
And Modest says there are 8 likes, Julian. Ooh. The people demand more likes, apparently. Not us, the people.
The people.
The people.
Oh,
For the people.
Oh, you found out about you told us yesterday about someone in Australia watching that they admitted to their guilty pleasure being our stream.
So, story goes, so our local hobby store, Frontline Hobbies, had a thing last night. They opened after hours for our the model club I'm in, which is quick plug, the Newcastle and Hunter Region Scale Modelers, and they had a sale on for us and us alone, so 25% off, 30% off all those kits, right? And then they also had a lovely list of the real big specials and stuff. So it's like 3 pages of that. Anyway, so I'm just going through the shelves, just drooling and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, one of the guys in the club says, "Oh, g'day, John, how are you?" Good. He said, "Yeah, I watched the show the other day, 3 veterans. It's good." He said I was just lurking in the background. I should have acknowledged, but no, I watch it on occasion. I really enjoy it, but yeah, really good. Keep going. I thought, oh, that's nice. Yeah.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Sounds like a line from Mrs. Brown's voice.
Yes. That's nice.
That's nice. That's bore out though, isn't it?
The way Gary said it, yes.
Problems with my
Right.
focusing today. There you go. That's better.
But with Mrs. Brown's Boys, it comes from a scene where her son's mother-in-law is saying bragging about what her husband buys her every time, like she gives birth or she achieves something in life, like saying that he gets her a Mercedes and a holiday to Paris and everything. And Mrs. Brown says, "My husband got me elocution lessons." I said, "Oh, they didn't really work, did they?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, they did." She said, I say, "That's nice." Whereas you say, "Fuck off." It used to be funny. I stress it used to be because it's still on telly. It's just not funny anymore.
No,
Is it still on telly?
it was the first 2 seasons were really funny, and then it got a bit samey, didn't it?
Well, they started recycling the same jokes and everything, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then
No,
they
I've
started
not
going
seen
all wokey and things. So. Ooh, that looks nice. I painted the cap for the water tank. Nice grass colour. Which looks quite nice.
That's nice.
I like you. I kill you last.
Okay.
For YouTube gods, I absolutely do not intend to kill my co-host. It's just a joke.
So, yeah.
Duke says, in Australia, we burn the cigarettes before we sell them. Ha ha ha. Seems rather counterproductive. Julian says, yes, 8 likes. I meant Tiff. I just noticed I stuffed that up. Not to worry. We forgive you. You're lovely. Besides, you're our deputy head of research. Julian says 39 subscribers to DSSM now, Tiff. That sounds cool. It sounds like a hire company. DSSM.
Oh,
very
yeah.
corporate.
Just worked out what that is. That's nice.
Tiffany says. Tiffany says it's been 39 for a while now. Yes, we need to get more subscribers for it.
Oh,
Dear me.
Oh, so with that model club thing yesterday, I had 2 purchases. Are people interested in seeing what they are? I'm going to say yes. So I'll change my camera over and show ya. So one is big. It's an Edward 48 scale ECR with all the brass in. I'm sorry.
Is it based on the Revel kit?
It is a Rebel kit, yeah.
Yeah.
With bits of resin and photo etch and all that sort of stuff like that, and 4 schemes which are all pretty cool.
Yes.
All German ones, so that's nice. The other one is the Ultimate Tempest by Edward.
Look at that!
Edition. So what's remarkable about this one, apart from having 10 marking options, is it has it's heavy as all get out. It has a big, thick book on the Ultimate Illustrated History of the Tempest Mark II in service.
Nice.
So that's nice, and it makes this doubles the weight of the box. And there we are. So I only bought 2 things, but they were half price. So down from where was I? So one was Tempest was down from $115 to $60, and the Tornado was down from $130 to $60. So how can I say
the new
no?
6th-gen fighter that the RAF's going to be making, or BAE is going to be making for the RAF, is called Tempest, isn't it?
Yeah, Tempest 2.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Jim has a question. Will these locomotives have museum finish or an in-service slightly tarnished finish? When British Rail existed, the passenger trains, they looked after them. They had to clean them before they went out and things like that. And they had to clean them at night. That was actually the first job you got on a train crew. Was as an apprentice, your job was to clean the train when it came in at night.
And wipe the spew off yesterday's pie so they can serve them the next day.
So the passenger trains wouldn't have been that dirty anyway. And the ones that exist now are very rarely dirty because they're on preservation railways, so they get looked after.
Oh.
Even though they're running a lot.
Just a word of warning, boys. These decals are fighting.
Are they?
They do not want to come off of the backing shoe.
Yeah.
That's just Benji saying morning to Jim.
Julian says Mrs. Brown's Boys was funny as a TV series, the movie not so much. They tried to stretch a 30-minute funny show to 107 minutes, and I think they failed. Yeah.
Yeah, but I found that a lot of TV series that tried to do that failed. I mean, if you go back to the 70s, the On the Buses films weren't that brilliant.
Yeah, they weren't funny in the same way the shows were, but I actually still enjoyed the On the Bus films because they were just good films. They just weren't particularly funny. In my opinion. I remember delivering to the hotel where they stayed. Because one of my jobs when I left was I delivered to local pubs and stuff, delivering beer to the hotels and the pubs. And I got to deliver to the hotel where they stayed when they were filming the Holiday on the Buses show film. And they've still got all the photos of the staff with the crew, the cast there and everything.
Better looking Marley just sent me a message. What he says is, with the discussion for Telford, he says he's all set.
Yep. Told you he's coming without you this time. He didn't need your hand.
No.
He's learned how to do it on his own now. Oh, wow. That is really weird.
To quote John from earlier, ew.
That is so weird.
What's that? What's weird?
It's just using, the chrome pens, liquid chrome.
Yeah.
See the lights on the back. And, all the little metal flecks in it and everything. I was just looking at it then, I put it on, and it looks like it's fizzing, but it's not. It's just a little metal flecks sort of bouncing off each other and reacting with the air. It's cool. Freaky. Cool. Julian says, I thought it was 37 on Tuesday, Tiff. Mind you, I've slept since then. And Tiff says, no, it was 39 on Tuesday. I think I'm at 473 now. It could be 472 by the end of the show, though.
Wow. Okay, I just need to... Did you get those images I sent you, Mikey?
Yeah, it's not that big, though, John.
Sounds like.
British Rail.
So Julian says he thinks Mrs. Brown's Boys TV series is funny due to the ad-libs and taking the piss out of the crew. Those aspects were absent from the movie. And Gary says, by the way, I see Gallery of Airbrush's fame is about to launch a range of metallic pens. Should get them mid-November.
I take it, sir, you will be doing a review on your wonderful channel that is Gary's stuff.
Yeah, I
imagine he will be. I imagine he will be. John, why have you sent me a picture of the top of the bloody train? There's no decals on.
In case there's a couple of color aspects and stuff. I just, as I said, you asked for a photo. I try to provide as much detail as I can.
You did.
Well, that's what you get for.
He was.
I see the whistle. That's why you sent it.
Sure.
I see.
You sent Mikey a picture of your whistle.
Yes.
Whistle.
He likes to give it a good blow now and again.
Julian says 473, Mikey. The one aimed at the unsubscribe button and missed.
Yes.
And Gary says, of course, he'll be looking at it on his very good YouTube channel.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, Christmas plate comes out. I am going to do these decals because I'm looking at Gary's thinking, oh, that really having a splash of colour there lifts it. So I'm gonna try mine.
Be very, very, very patient with them.
Well, I'm patient with you two.
I
Come
think
off
we're
air, and then you're all... The minute we come off air, you're all, why do I have to work with you two shite orcs?
Shy dogs.
You two amateurs. Don't you know I do the models for Hero Live and all sorts? I work with real professionals. And then I come on here and work with you buffoons.
I've worked with
Plus,
Ass
if you
Hattery
are-
before.
Sorry?
I've
You're not
worked with
interrupting
Ass
me,
Hat
boy.
before. Where are we? Boy to toilet. Why
Check
not?
out the Models Heroes YouTube channel. They do lives every Sunday.
Yeah.
From 11 a.m. Where they do a little game and you get to see what all the different beneficiaries and stuff have been up to, or some of the beneficiaries have been up to.
Very, very nice work on there.
Oh, it's wonderful.
That Apache that we were looking at yesterday.
Yeah. That was delicious, as John says.
Absolutely
delicious. It's a very nice. It's a recent Apache.
It almost inspired me to do a helicopter, but I haven't got room for the blades. The only last helicopter I did was the Huey.
Well, do what I do. Make a rotary wing model and then lose one of the rotary wings. So I can't even show it on my channel to say, hey, I made this thing because it's like missing half of it.
I made this, but you're never going to see it.
Yeah,
but believe me, it was brilliant. It was beautiful.
Well,
it was beautiful.
As I said, it was like 60-odd pieces on the engine alone that you can't see because it's totally covered up. But, mini art, wonderful. Really nice build. The fit and finesse is really nice. But, yeah.
Yes, they've also started putting up figure painting tutorials on the Models Heroes channel. So do go check them out. They are very good.
Oh, they are. Figure painting. Sorry, I thought you...
Yes. We're talking about Models for Heroes. We don't joke about that shit. This is Model for Heroes. Saves lives. We don't joke about it.
Oh, this did not... Yeah. It came away from the backing paper very quickly indeed.
Yours did? Mine bloody don't.
Maybe girls don't like you. Julie says, no! Whistle is not a euphemism. At least I hope not. Dominique's in. He says, good afternoon. Hello, Dominique.
Hi, Dom.
Gary says, I'm fine the same with planes. The national decals going on really brings the character of the kit. It does.
It does, yeah.
Jim says, hey, Dom, how are things in the Netherlands? Tiffany says, oh, that's the YouTube link for Models for Heroes. Do make sure you go and subscribe to them and give them a watch. And you'll get to see Steph and Mr. Marley on there, and Malcolm, of course.
And if you're at Telford,
Mayfield.
If you're at Telford this year, please come along to the Models for Heroes stand. Have a look what's going on over there. It's in Hall 3, in the far corner, and it's right next door to Friends of Models for Heroes as well. So we'll be able to throw things at each other.
Yes.
There will be a special display on the Models for Heroes stand this year, which is no secret. So I'll tell you, they're hoping to have 9 1/18 scale Mitsubishi Zeros. Some of them will be working with propellers spinning. It takes off. The undercarriage comes up, and then it goes through the reverse procedure for landing and that sort of thing. Over on the Friends of Models for Heroes stand this year, we'll have all sorts, a bit like last year, but not like next year. So I have got one side done of the actual train.
Does look good. Could you hold it a little bit closer to the camera? It might be out of focus, but I'd like to have a closer look. That does look nice.
He's posh like me, you see. We have focusable cameras.
This Biggin Hill.
You need to come on screen, though, Gary. There you go. Oh, no, it slipped out again. Hold it still, man. No. You just keep slipping out, Gary.
Never has that been said to me before. Yeah, it does look okay. It looks good.
We always have a race to the gutter, don't we?
Yeah, we got the first one there wins. I'm now going to do the other side.
All right. So yes,
It does need a little bit of patience, though. I'll be honest.
And remind me which one. So mine is fighter pilot.
Mine's Biggin Hill.
So which one is yours, Mikey? Is it 92 Squadron?
Yes, it is.
Oh wow. The reason I remember that is I used to be in 92 Wing.
See,
in
it'd have been better if you'd have done this one then, wouldn't it?
I used to be on 92 Squadron.
I didn't say I liked it, Mikey.
Hang on, you used to actually be on 92 Squadron?
Air Training Corps.
92 Wing.
92 Squadron Air Training Corps.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was
Chorley. They're from Chorley.
Don't tell anyone. But I was in the 2480 Squadron.
Yeah, you see.
Oh. Tell you what, that does look good.
And then I saw
the Air Training Corps to the Royal Air Force and never looked back.
See, I was in the ATC until I was 17, and then I saw the light. And
did you walk towards it?
No, marched towards it, my friend. Marched. Yes, there we go. I really don't like the way they've done that bogey. It just flops around everywhere.
You're right.
Does, isn't it? And when you try and get them on the track, it makes it very difficult to line it all up.
Yes. Oh, do pardon me for sniffling. June says, "Oh, I do love watching professionals at work. One day I'll find some. It's a dream I have."
Yeah. When you find their channel, will you let us know?
Yeah.
Julie says, "Hi, Dominique." Dominique says, "Yes, everything is fine here. Have a bad headache, but painkillers stand to work." Excellent.
Oh, don't go there with headaches.
Dominic says, "Hi, Julian." Jim says, "Good for you, Dom. Headaches can be a downer." Yes. Julian says, "I see you uploaded the Tiger Tank quick build, Gary. I'll watch that after this." I take he means Mr. Evans, but
it certainly wasn't me. The only two Tiger tanks I've ever done. One was a Rubicon Tiger, which I still have and will be on display at Telford this year because it's in Models for Heroes colours.
If I even stop mentioning bloody Telford, pissing me off.
And also, I did
He lives in Telford.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, he's still pissing me off.
Well, we don't care what pisses you off.
135th Revel Tiger Tank Premium Edition with lots and lots of photo etch. And it never got finished. If ever there was an example of a running before you could walk, that was my example of it.
Tim Hay says, "I've got a soft spot for helos with the blade secured. Looks cool to me and reduces model's footprint." Yes.
Excellent idea. If you can get them fold kits that will where you can fold the rotors, it saves a lot of space.
Yeah.
Yes. Julian says, "Morning, Tim." Timmy says, "Hi, Jules. Hope you're well." Tiffany says, nobody likes a floppy bogey. Wow, exactly. Julian says, "Not bad, thanks, Tim. And you?" Steph says, "Oi, you missed my comment. Lol." That's because it didn't show up.
Oh, I didn't see one.
Kieran says, "Morning, just very late." John, shut the fuck up. Kieran says, "Morning,
Ooh.
just very late today, I'm afraid. Hope everyone is well." We are. Even though John's getting told off. I'll put you on a naughty step if you don't behave, John. Yeah. Timothy says, "Can't be too bad on payday." Haha.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is. Julian says, "Tiff, I was trying to avoid Mikey's floppy bogey. Lol." Haha. Oh. Yeah. Tiffany says, "It didn't show up, Steph." Correct. Type it again, Steph. See if it comes up. Julian says, "Tim, one of my colleagues years ago said she had too much month left at the end of the money." Yes. That's the problem with young squaddies, isn't it? They get their paycheck and then just blow it all on beer and stuff in a week and then struggle for money the rest of the month. Oh.
Well, that was the big problem they thought they were going to have when Pay As You Dine came in.
Yeah. And surprisingly enough, that's what happened. I hated Pay As You Dine.
It was
Thing is,
much
because I
better.
was reservist. Yeah. See, because I was a reservist, we didn't get warned about that. And then I went out to Iraq because when you're in the reserves, when you go out on tours, you sign over to the regulars and become a regular, and then when you come back, you sign back over to the reserves. So we hadn't been warned about this, and we came back from Iraq, and there's no cash machine on the camp, and so I wasn't able to get any money out because I didn't live there. I was just stopping there whilst until we had the parade. I wasn't able to leave the camp for the first few days, so I wasn't able to get any food because I didn't have any money to get go to the cookhouse and get some food. So I was like, which is great and typical British Army. Jim says, "Hi, Kieran. Glad you made it." Julian says, "One of my other colleagues having a bad day said he was on the crest of a slump, also started badly and faded." Laugh out loud. Yeah. And he says, "Morning, Kieran." Lovely. You're a bunch of wonderful people. Right. Yeah, we said that at the same time. That's looking quite good.
So these
do make it pop.
Yeah, they do.
You know, mates,
these details don't match.
Similarity between these.
Yeah, one looks like a green blob. The other one looks like a green blob.
Now,
but look at the colour of the green blob. Ooh, there you go.
Oh,
they are matching green blobs. I used the malachite green for the Nigel.
Yeah. Am I right in thinking, gentlemen?
No.
The third serial number in the decals goes on the very front.
I don't know. So the picture I've brought up is it sort of more matches the decals that we've got, as in the tender has the that Kentucky Fried Chicken or the Red Rooster badge on it.
Yeah.
The number is on under the driver's
You
cab
mean
there.
the Trail
Yeah.
logo?
But there's one at the front that's very small, if that's the serial number. So the one we have is a lot larger. It's the same size
Yeah.
as the other two. So I don't know. It's probably
So the British Rail goes on the tender. Do you know what? I
Yeah.
think I'm going to put British Battle of Britain class locomotive on the tender as well.
but you've only got two of them, yeah?
No, one.
Oh, you mean the red one at the bottom?
The writing, yeah.
Okay.
Unless saved that for the putting on like a diorama or something.
Well, I was thinking of putting it
I
on
think
a
that's probably
wooden
what it's for. It's for display, isn't it? We have some more comments. Steph says, for some reason, John, shut up.
So yeah, Gary
Yeah, seen it.
down there. So
John.
I would say,
I kill you
Oh,
if you
shut
speak
up.
once more.
Jesus.
Budget Modeler says, for some reason, my comment isn't showing. It could be something to do with something you put in it. I don't know. YouTube, pain in the butt. You know what it's like.
YouTube's getting so woke.
Yeah. Tiffany says, depends on what word you're using. Remember, YouTube shadow bans some words. Yes. It does.
Trouble is, they don't tell you what words they are.
No. And the moderation thing is on to protect the channel, so could be that. Could be YouTube moderating your comment, especially if you put a swear word or something in it.
He wouldn't have though. It's Steph. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Steph does YouTube, so he knows.
Okay. Kieran says, morning, Jim and Julian. And I think he's typing it in one word at a time. I like his style.
I like that.
Okay, so our modders is disappearing off a sec. So what I'll do is I'll do Julian's first. YouTube is becoming a nanny state. Yes, it is. But we're on their platform. We've got to abide by their rules. Fortunately.
When have we obliged by rules?
So, are you ready?
Go on.
Sure.
It sounds, because he's done like this, it does sound a little bit like he's having a stroke whilst he's writing it, but
Go on.
I think I get what he's saying. He said, come on.
Professionals?
Oh, my word. He says, professionals. Introduce. 2. Malcolm. There you go. You got 4 words. Make a sentence.
Introduce professionals to Malcolm?
I imagine he's written them in the right order. Oh, this could be a new game.
Why would YouTube not let that come up?
I don't know, but I'm guessing that's an incomplete sentence. So I'm guessing whatever comes after it is what's been shadow banned.
Oh, right.
Which makes sense. So tail light needs to be signal red.
And YouTube wonder why people are jumping over to Twitch.
And a rumble. I've got a Twitch account.
Have you?
Yeah.
I haven't
I
had a Twitch for years.
Yeah, Marion told me. Now I watch the Plastic Alchemist lives on there when he does them.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I might start watching them on Twitch.
He does gaming lives and as well as modelling lives
Yeah, a
on
lot
there.
of people do gaming lives on Twitch, don't they?
Yeah.
Ah,
I do believe Models for Heroes has a Twitch account. Oh.
well, I've actually not heard of Twitch.
I forgot question mark after professionals.
Yeah.
I'll probably download it and get it wrong and
So,
download Grinder instead or something.
what the hell are you turning my channel into? What are you doing?
What?
You don't need to know about your habits. You weird Australian person. Steph says, I've got a question mark after professionals. So, professionals introduced to Malcolm. Malcolm is very professional in Smalls for Heroes, as we all know. It's when he's not doing it on behalf of Models for Heroes and it's not in the public eye. That's when he gets a bit weird.
Right.
He's lovely, but he admits himself he's a proper nerd / geek. That's brilliant. Like all of us, really. Dominic says, have to go until the next stream. All right, buddy.
Cheers, Dom.
I should probably get my annual bear hug from Malcolm next week.
There's going to be a lot of bear hugging going on, isn't there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, not all the lights would have been red, but I like it. June says, which reminds me, I used to work for an ISP who provided Net Nanny, which banned websites based on a list of words, except the ISP's name was on the banned words.
That's funny.
Yeah.
June says, take care, Dom. Ooh, Tiff says she's back. Her Telford outfit's arrived.
Oh,
Are you coming? Are you going in cosplay?
wow. So, what, you're going to dress up as a 60-year-old man?
She's gone as a
60-year-old man dressed up as a 20-year-old girl or something.
She's got a new frock for Telford.
I don't think Tiffany would wear a frock. Yeah, for some reason, it just doesn't ring true with me. I think Kay's wearing a dress for Telford. I'm sure she said she wants to wear a dress. I did say it might be a little bit cold in the morning. Tiff says, no. Yes, no. Cosplay,
no,
just
no,
want to
no.
wear something nice.
Ah.
Yeah. Said one of the items is a skirt. I never wear skirts.
Neither do I.
Okay. And John only wears them on the weekend.
Oh, only when there's people watching.
Only
I'm
at
paying
raft
good-
dinners.
I'm paying good money.
Yeah.
That poll doesn't work itself, does it, John?
No. Got to work it and twerk it, baby.
Yes. Those Steve Martin acting classes don't pay for themselves.
Yeah. Did you notice? Oh, so there's a at Telford. There is a Greg's over in the Telford shopping centre there, and when you're there, you'd be able to get yourself some of these bad boys.
Careful, John. That's close.
Go on, John, you rebel.
Funnily enough, though, there is a YouTube channel, I think it's called Thermo, and they make videos using AI, and it's of the main party leaders all playing Minecraft, and on one of them, a certain person called Nigel turns part of the Minecraft Houses of Parliament into a Greg's, and that's what's on the menu. And a certain other politicians like, nah, I'm waiting in the queue. I'm hungry. I want one of those. Yeah, we won't go into that. It's funny.
Oh well.
Check it out. It is funny. It's taking the mick out of politicians.
Hey, we're an hour and 10 minutes in, for crying out
What?
loud.
All
Yeah.
I've done is a couple of decals, haven't? Yeah, well.
Brian says, now wish I was going to Telford.
Oh, you're not wrong.
It'd have been lovely to meet you. Actually, that's a question. Obviously, we know Budget Modeler and Modmin are going to Telford. Who else in here is going to Telford?
Me.
I know you, you twit.
You didn't. You said Modmin and Steph are going. Who else is going? You didn't say me.
Yeah, but I meant in the chat. I thought that was implicit.
I'm so excited about going. I'm already there.
Yes. You're so excited about going to Telford that you bought a house down the road from the Telford Centre. Just so you didn't have to go as far. Did Marion know that was your plan and the reason why you wanted to buy that
When
house?
we bought this house, when we bought this house, I was still in the Air Force and I didn't do any modelling then.
Ah.
It was I only came back to modelling post Air Force and post stroke.
Yeah.
Right.
So Duke says, not me.
Yeah.
And Gary says, might drop in if nothing else to do. Duke says, no, me, Duke. Morning, by the way.
Well, what we'll try and do is take some photos so we can do and maybe some video and do a post-show report.
Yeah. Ian is in. He says, hi, I'm going only because it's closer up north than I thought. I thought it was London way. Oh.
Oh,
good to
hello,
see you.
Ian, and welcome.
Welcome, Ian.
Yeah, if you see us, don't be afraid to say hello. Kira says, I'll be at Telford. I'll be with my dad, who still makes models in his 80s, and is the reason I model too. Excellent.
Respect.
Fantastic.
Looking forward to seeing you there,
I'll be Gary in
Kieran.
20 years.
All
I'll be
right.
you in 20 years, guys.
I know. You just don't need reminding.
It could be even worse. Like 30 years, you'll be 90.
Yeah.
Oh, crocky.
If I get that far.
Yeah. Wow. In 13 years, you'll be the same age as my granddad.
If I go mad at Telford, I won't make 61.
Yeah. 24 years, you'll be the same age as my granddad is now.
Yeah, okay. Facts like that we do not need to know.
Duke says, good evening, Julian. We've just read this one. Thank you. Joe says, oi, you missed one of my comments. No naughty words in it. I didn't.
So obviously some issues with YouTube or StreamYard today.
I didn't miss a comment.
No, Tiff said it didn't show up.
Oh.
Maybe there's issues with YouTube or StreamYard.
Quite possibly. Tiffany says it didn't show up. Ian says it's literally down the road from Cosford, a place I once recently went to. I love the museum. Yeah, I want to go there.
Cosford, brilliant. And it's free entry. You just pay car parking.
Yeah. See, Cosford and Telford are only an hour and a half from me. Yeah. And I didn't realise that until I was looking up Telford.
Cosford's 10
minutes. I should have realised because I used to go to Telford quite a lot.
10 minutes from me, Cosford. In fact,
yeah, it's great.
I'll have to have a morning or afternoon out there one day coming up.
Yeah, it's a wonderful museum. What was I going to say? Oh, lost my train of thought.
All my decals are on.
Oh, so you've done the one on the nose as well?
No, I've not put that on.
It doesn't look like it's going to fit.
It doesn't. It's not going to fit. And if I put it where you showed me that picture, well, I've already glued all the malarkey on there. So,
you know what?
Julian says that's weird, Tiff. And Steve from Totally Scale Model says, "What scale are the locos?" They are 176 scale.
Or
00
HO gauge.
Gary.
Yes, that's the gauge.
Yeah.
I think they might fit on that little. There's a little flat panel
There's
just.
a little plaque.
on top.
Yeah, there's a little plaque for it, isn't there? But I'm not sure whether it.
It's going to be close, but I've trimmed mine, so it may fit. So I'm gonna give it a go. If it doesn't work, I'll take it off again.
It's worth a squirt.
Worth a squirt.
Okay, I'm going for it.
Tiff says 176. Budget Modeler says, I was at Cosford for my MEX course. Parking is free if you have a blue badge. There we go.
Huh.
Now I forgot about that, and I've got a blue badge.
Yeah. Brian says, so annoying. Why is Cosford free and Duxford so expensive? Yeah. Duke says, you didn't read out my thoughts either. Didn't it come up? No. Totally Scale Models says, right, so 00, yes, 00 scale. Absolutely. Ian says, Cosford is £7.50 parking. Oh.
Is it really? God, it used to be a
Right,
fiver. Thank God I've got a blue badge.
Tiff says, yeah, 00 is the gauge, 176 is the scale. Yeah. 00 HO are the same gauge, just different scales.
There we are. Decals.
I'm Kyle from Sue and me on holiday. Ooh, hello.
Oh,
Where are you on holiday, Sheffers?
Yes,
it's out of the kitchen.
yes. Totally Scam also says parking should be free at Telford for blue badge. It should, but it's whether they have enough blue badge spaces. That's the problem.
German grey.
Apparently, that's a bit of an issue that they have. Well, you think it was an issue that they'd sort of out where?
Well, it's
come
the
to-
international centre, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. You think they'd come to an agreement with the international centre, knowing that the average age of scale modelers is 50 years old, and just say, look, if they got a blue badge, can they just park for free, regardless of where they're parked?
Yeah.
It would be hard to police, so everybody wants everything for free, of course. So I get that.
Yeah.
But
I just get dropped off, so. Although this
Julius
year,
says,
I
hi,
might... Go on.
sorry?
I saw although
That's
this
fine.
year I might be getting taxis to the event because of Marion's recent ill health.
Well, I was going to get a taxi, but then I thought, I don't really need to drink in the day from drinking at night. And it means that rather than carrying stuff around, I can always just nip out or send Kaylee out and put it in the car and then come back in.
You can always leave your stuff behind the.
I could, but then you'd take it out of the box and sniff it and lick it and put it back in the
It worth
box and
more.
then catch whatever Germans you've got. Julie says, hi, Ivan. Ooh, I know what I can do.
So where are you on holiday? Oh, Knaresborough in Yorkshire. Very nice part of the world.
Yeah. Ivan says, had a bad fall last night, and I'm calling. Oh, mate, sorry to
Oh,
hear that.
mate. More water with it. No, seriously, I hope you're all right, Chef. I did get it on the front.
Well,
you did, yes. As did I. So yeah, it looks
Yes.
good there.
Very, very, very tight. There's not much room for manoeuvre.
No.
what's that? Panel liner. Brown and green panel liner. That's what I'm looking for. Ivan says, Julian, hi, matey.
So that's
Julian says, hope
that's
you get
how
better soon.
it looks. It's rather nice.
It does. It looks beautiful, that, John. Well done. Is there anything you can't make?
You were about to say erection, weren't you?
No, I was saying sense. Get your mind out the gutter. You filthy, filthy beast.
No, leave it in the gutter. It's more fun in the gutter.
Okay, so remember the first world problems I had a couple of weeks ago? Couldn't decide what to model next.
Yeah.
So I'm modeling one of them. So this, is the Handley Page Hampton B1.
Nice.
No, it's not. But anyway, so this is the Velom kit. So that's coming along, but that'll just be a, it'll plug along. So here's the thing. So the next build, because I've just finished the Spitfire, all I've got on the bench is this and a Honda Jazz, which is again a sort of slow burn because it's just. Well, I did another coat of paint on a panel today, but yay. So here's the thing. I can't decide. Should I go for a Tempest 5, a Tempest 2? So let me bring them out. So yeah, the same ones come out every couple of weeks because I'm just going, oh gee, I don't know which one to do. So here's the choices, gentlemen and ladies. The Tempest 5, which is like the Tempest with a big sort of chin, radiator chin. The Tempest 2. So this had the. Paul would remember what it is. We were talking about it yesterday. It's a. I can't remember the name of the engine. Somebody will say, but it's an H24, a big stonking beast. A Napier. Anyway, this one with a Bristol Centaurus engine, so it's the same plane with a totally different engine. So the Tempest 2, or MiG-21.
Well, don't do the MiG-21 yet because I haven't got the ladders printed off.
Or MiG-23. I don't particularly. Oh, I'll tell you what, I could do a 0 as well. Let's throw that in there. And a Harrier.
I think.
Get on with
and
it.
an Armour Hobby Hurricane.
The Armour Hobby Hurricanes are brilliant little builds.
It's a 48 scale one.
Yeah, it's brilliant builds.
That one.
Yeah.
So they're the choices. Oh, and I honestly can't decide because I want to do them all.
Either the super duper all singing and dancing Tempest or the Hurricane. I think you should do the Tempest.
I think you should hurry up and get on with it so I can read the comments.
The one with the last Tempest that you showed.
Oh, the one with the radial engine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, put one in the comments if you think, what was it, the Hurricane?
Yeah.
Or 2 in the comments if you think the Tempest. There we go. Right, now I can read the comments.
Okay.
What So the Scout Mall says, I need a granny shopping trolley. Yes, I think we all do for Telford. You see a load of men walking around with granny trolleys.
Please don't mention Telford. Marion is in the room.
He's not been on AliExpress. It's okay, Marion. We kept him out of trouble.
He's been on Ali. He's not going to Telford.
He's not been on Ali, but he's been on Temu.
No, she's the queen of Temu.
Yeah, that's what you tell her.
She had a delivery yesterday. She's got a delivery due today or tomorrow, and she's got another delivery on the way.
Yeah.
So she should. So she should. She's poly sick.
Poly sick.
Yeah,
Poly, that's a term we just do not use here. We just say crook.
She's crook.
Okay.
Yeah, feeling a bit crook.
Where do all these bits go?
Gary says, hope to drop by Cosford on a Friday afternoon. Ooh, no, that's a good idea. Ooh, I could drop in on Cosford if we went earlier in the day. You give me ideas now, Gary.
Ooh.
Because I would like to go to Cosford. How far away from Telford is Cosford, Gary? I know it's not
literally. It's junction 3 of the M54. So The town centre junction for Telford is junction 5.
Yeah.
Then you've got junction 4, which is a mile up the road, and then junction 3, which is about further 5 or 6 miles up the road. It's literally
So about 15 minutes away then.
less than that, mate.
Oh, Kaylee's gonna love me. But it'd be nice because we can go and then we can always go back again with Morgie or something.
They have got armour there as well.
Ooh, nice. Ivan says, "Thank you, Julian, my friend." Steve says, "Daft question: what's at Telford? It's a big museum with lots and lots of planes and armour in. Last time I went, they also had a B-52 hanging from the ceiling.
Not a B-52.
Yeah.
Cosford is the Royal Air
Force. Sorry, go on.
So Cosford is the Royal Air Force Museum, like Hendon is.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very nice museum.
They've got lots there. The list is too long to. Let me see. I'll just go back to my photos and just rattle off some names.
Let's get through the comments first, though.
Yep.
Paul says Napier Sabre. There we go.
Napier Sabre. Thank you.
Gary says I had the Napier Sabre.
Very good. Thank you.
Benji says
testing if StreamYard hates me as it didn't show my last comment either. Ooh, weird. Aaron says, "Look good, they do, John. They do indeed." Steph says, "Also the RAF's number 2 School of Technical Training." There we go.
Yeah.
Brian says Tempest 2.
Uh-huh.
Kieran says Pierre Klosterman's Tempest, John.
Yeah, that is one of the choices. That's that one there.
Yeah,
like that. Although if it did that, I'd probably do that one, just because it's got a boxing kangaroo and the Aussie flag on the bonnet.
Yeah. Steph says, "Julian, do it by word, word by word." There you go. Duke says Tempest, John. I think the consensus is for the Tempest.
Tempest.
Yes.
Okay.
Tish says, "I explained why in Discord." There you go. In Mitzelberg, yes, the one you got last night at the event. There we go.
Yeah.
Ian.
Welcome to the show.
So Ian's the one that I mentioned that watched the show. Yes.
Welcome,
and
Ian.
very welcome.
And thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you.
It was a nice surprise when John told us. Julian said, "Steph, it interrupted it as a proper website link, so block the hub." Yeah, you can't post website links, dude, unless you're modders or me. Even these two reprobates underneath me can't post with website links. Ian says, "Totally scale models. They don't have any jet fighters, but they have a TSR-2 P1127 Eurofighter prototype amongst other historical delights."
Yeah.
I've got a lightning hanging from the ceiling vertically.
Yes.
That one.
Yes.
A Victor and a Vulcan.
Tiffany says, "We'd love to visit places, but check-in is at 4 p.m. and we have a 4 to 5 hour drive just to get there."
Yeah.
Well, you could always go on your way back if you left early enough. So it's up to you. Or if
you're like me, you want to get the journey out of the way, though.
Yeah, it's a long journey.
So that's a place on our trip that Paul would remember. That's at Iron Bridge. John, he'll know it well. Shut up.
Is this conducive to the comments?
Yes.
No.
Bad job.
I love you. Shut up.
Shut up.
We'll get on with it then.
I wonder if people stop interrupting. Julie says, Mikey said Cosford, not Telford.
Yeah, you
Very
did.
good. Next. Jim says, how is your wife doing, Gary? I hope she's recovering well.
She's getting there slowly. Yeah, yeah. I'm still chief cook and bottle washer, but and the ironing's mounting up. But no, she's getting there, and she's got a cardiac appointment with a consultant next Thursday. So
I can imagine she's going to be. She's kind of like you know that scene in The Big Bang Theory where Amy's pretending to be ill so that Sheldon will keep looking after her. And keep being nice to her. I imagine that's Marion kind of doing that with you.
Yeah. Believe you me, I know she's not well. When she said to me yesterday morning, can you walk the dog today? I'm absolutely exhausted. So
yeah.
And she does like her walks with the dog.
Yeah. Ian says, yes, Tiff, a whole day at Cosford is what I did. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do we. A whole day.
Jim says, Benji, my canine friend.
Yeah.
Ivan says, hi, Jim. Jim says, number 4 soft S of TT was at RF St. Athan near me.
Oh, that's where I went.
A school of technical training. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where I went for my.
Is that for the people that weren't good enough to get to number 2 school?
No.
Budget Model says, Gary Evans, that is, are you going to London Plastic Model Show on the 8th of December? Ooh, good question. I'd be surprised if he isn't, given how close it is to him. Jim says,
whereabouts in London is that taking place?
I don't know. But it's London, so I will never be going.
All right. Considering I might pop down on the train.
Well, you can. I won't be going. I don't ever want to go to London again. I've done it once. I didn't like it. It's one giant hole.
It's a very busy
place. Yeah. I don't like busy places, and I don't like places where you can't see the horizon and things. It's too claustrophobic for me. You know, I've spent my entire life surrounded by fields and houses that aren't more than 2 or 3 floors high, and big, wide open streets and things. If a road is close, if a road's narrow, then it's because you've got hedges either side with fields, not because you got some 6-7 story building looming over you.
Yes, but is this conducive to the comments?
No, but it's my show. No, but it's my show and it's my channel.
It's your show.
There's going to be another interview after we go.
Yes, you're going to be having an interview without biscuits if you carry on, John.
God.
Penny says, "Damn." Penny says, "Damn, how am I always late? We all on a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. My live's always at 11 till 1. Always. The Monday one is now at 12 till 2. There we go. Jim says, welcome in, Ian. Yes. You'll find our friendly bunch, Ian. Yeah, let's skip the good days and the hellos because we've got plenty of comments to get through. Kieran says, Ian, there's a few fighters, a Spit, ME 109, 262, Fury, Tempest, Hunter, Sabre, FW 190, Lightning, etc. Yeah.
There's also the Spitfire that James May had the kids from Thomas Telford School build as a massive airfix. That's there with the 3D printed image of a full-size James May sat next to it.
Yeah.
James May as a pilot.
He's a pilot.
Yes. Kieran says, Ian, we've read that one. June says, just lucky, Penny. Laugh out loud. There you go.
I do not know what these are.
There you go. That's this 1-to-1 of James May.
Yeah. With the 1-to-1 Airfix Spitfire.
With the 1-to-1 Airfix Spitfire. 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 1-to-1 Tiffany says, "Ooh, me and Sonic are staying in Ironbridge Gorge."
Oh, you'll be spoilt for places to eat and drink down there.
Mm.
It's beautiful down there. If you go into the can't remember the name of the pub now. Forget it. It's where my granddaughter works. Never mind. Moving on.
Oh, there you go. You can always, well, she's on Discord, so you can always mention it on Discord. Speaking of which, modders, could you
Yes.
kindly put that in the chat? Because we,
Off again.
if there's anyone who wants to join. Ian says, "Oh, my mistake. There's another Ian. That's what happens when there's a parcel at the door." Hi, Ian. Yes. We have Ian Ellison, and we have Ian.
Mitzberg.
Oh, Ian. There is Ian Mittelberg. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to have English Ian or British Ian and Aussie Ian. There you go. Julian says, "Under the bridge or in a hotel tech?" Haha. Well, the way things are going, we could all be living under bridges. Tiff says, "In a beautiful B&B, Julian." And Julian says, "Be back in a bit. Kara's here." Okie dokie.
Very good.
Budget Moller says, "Have a stock school." Ooh. Jim says, "Ian, no worries, mate. We're all in it together. Hurrah!" And Gary says, "I shall try to be there." You'll try to be where? Cosford? Telford? Oh, the London show. Yes. Brian says, "Are there any other museums people would recommend?" Ooh, good question.
Well,
Yes.
in Telford or in general.
In general, or in the UK, I'd imagine. On your next trip out, come to Fighter World in Williamtown.
I know Mikey will not like it because of where it is, but I do think the Science Museum and the National History Museum are fantastic. The one I can't comment on is the Imperial War Museum, because every time I've tried to go, it's been closed.
I think, to be fair, I think me and Paul and my family have seen more of the UK than most people who live in the UK. Because I've been to all these places. Highly recommend all of them.
I've even done the Victoria and Albert Museum. That was more from the current Mrs. Morrison.
Of course, there is the Open Air Museum as well. Black Country Museum.
Oh yeah, Black Country Museum's very good. Bliss Hill in Telford is very good as well. It's very similar. People in character and
it's amazing.
Iron
Bridge looks like a train set.
Yeah.
I would love to go to somewhere like the Science Museum and stuff, but I'm just not ever going to go because I don't want to go to London.
The issue I have with the Science Museum is you need more than a day to do it.
Yeah.
I got to see the Supermarine S6 and the Schneider Cup trophy, so that was definitely worth a visit.
But I know a museum that I've been to that John hasn't in the UK.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The Catalyst Museum in Widnes.
Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about, so yes.
I think he's the only person.
It's a Science and Technology Museum.
Okay.
And it's really interesting. There's a lot. It's all the most of the exhibits are interactive exhibits.
Oh, let me guess. They're all about science and technology?
Yes.
Crap, they're both 12.
I'll tell you one of the problems I have with Cosford Museum.
You
know that bit that's for the kids, where they've got the Hercules and you have to drop the payload out onto a target area, and you can sit in a seat and control an aircraft with a wind machine and all that.
No.
So it's full of bloody kids, and I never get a go.
You got to do what I do. Push them aside.
Yeah, just elbow them out of the way. Modders need the link sent for the Discord. Not a problem. I can sort that out now.
I mean, that's how I got my ride in the Spitfire.
What, you elbowed some old veteran, Spitfire veteran, out of the way?
No, a kid.
You elbowed as well. Oh, dear.
Delightful.
I dread.
I mean, yeah, the kid's off camera, sort of bawling and sort of complaining to mum, but you know, Ron's in the process of just wrestling them to the ground.
Bronze running interception.
Yeah. What she's really good at, I've found, is covering over someone's mouth and nose at the same time. Like, she is really good at that. And she says, "Sleep now," and they do that. She's very good at it.
And sleep. No, I'll play around with that later.
Penny
Yeah,
says,
I'd recommend it.
Penny says, I know a woman who didn't know the difference between Vaseline and putty. All her windows fell out. Oh, dear Lord.
Paint.
Aviation museums in the UK, right? But Newark has a nice little museum, but it's not a very big one. Newark Air Museum. Obviously,
you got Carnarvon.
I can't remember the name of the place. You went there, John. Duxford. That's all right. You got the helicopter museum, I believe, down southwest.
Yeah.
You
got
got
Carnarvon,
the British
Airport
Naval
Museum.
Aviation one in Yeovil.
Yeah, Yeovilton. Yeah. Obviously Hendon, which is the big Royal Air Force Museum.
The Avro Museum, somewhere in the Midlands.
Is that a Woodford?
Yes, that'll be it.
That's just south of Manchester.
Oh, I've got one of them.
Okay, you couldn't have been much further out, could you, John?
Oh, that's a bit north.
Whilst you two think of that, next comment. Penny says, I went to Science Museum. It made me feel old. They have all these exhibits that I used to use when I was young, like the ZX81s, Lotus 123s, and trim phones.
Yeah.
No, the one in Widnes is all like chemical science and things like that, because there's a lot of chemical factories in Widnes. So it's all that sort of stuff. And stuff to learn about how fuel's made and things like that. Brian says the Haviland Museum is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been. I do want to go to more museums.
Oh, is that race course? I can't remember the name of it. No.
Jim says Fighter Town in Miramar, California, I think. Of course, I'm thinking about the US Navy's Top Gun School. Not sure where the United States Air Force Red Flag School is created.
That's Nevada, isn't it? That's just outside Vegas. Literally, you can see Vegas.
Yeah. Well, you know what the French equivalent's called, don't you? The White Flag School.
Cripes. Too soon.
Apologies to all our French viewers.
Sorry, they can't understand us.
It's Mikey's channel, so that's Mikey.
And that is FUCK. YOU. Penny says early cash point machines. Yeah.
All right.
I remember when I was a kid, and I used to think my dad was posh because he had a bank card, he had a debit card and stuff. Because we didn't see him around very often when I was a kid. I mean, Gary can still remember, decimal coming in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he can remember paper and pen.
Stonehenge going up.
I can remember having threepenny bits and
Did you not get cream for that in the end, though? Jim says the Chicago Museum of Science and Industry is a great place to visit. Has the famed U505 open for tours. Cool.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I'll probably never go to Chicago. Tish posted the Discord link. If anyone wants to join, feel free. We have some interesting chats in there. Me and Penny were having a chat last night, actually, about 1 o'clock in the morning. Penny says there is an aviation museum at Norwich, and I think
Yes.
there is a small one near some village in either Norfolk or Suffolk. Only a few things there, though. Yeah.
And of course, in Norfolk, I think it's Norfolk, the Dad's Army Museum is there.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
That's where it was all filmed, around that neck of the woods.
Do you know what? I've actually got a photo. It's on a box next to me now, right? Of me as a kid when I was about 4 or 5 years old, stood in Carnarvon Air Museum next to, I think it's next to a Wessex or something. And I think that's when I first fell in love with like military vehicles and aircraft and stuff. Because they had all the old Wessex helicopters and everything in there.
Yeah.
I think it's still there. Budget Modeler says red flag is at Nellis. Months on rate ones in Vegas. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Ivan says lol Mikey. And Penny says, I thought the white flag school was Italian. They have a new flag design. It's a white cross on a white background. It's the reverse.
All our Italian viewers.
Yeah.
well, might as well, do the whole continent while we're at it.
Yeah. It's just the EU. Don't worry. Budget Model says read 6. Okay. Jim says Nellis Air Force Base. Thanks, Steph.
Yeah, Nellis.
Nellis the elephant. Julian says laugh out loud, Penny. And he says back, by the way. As if we didn't notice. Brian says, hell, I remember Decimal coming in.
Yeah.
I don't. Joe, when I was in school, we didn't even get taught Imperial. Because we were told we never use it because everywhere's metric. Everywhere's going metric.
Well, that's
Bloody
obviously
Americans still
ignorance,
said it.
and the teachers have no idea about trades and how they work. So, yeah, well done, education system.
About what? About what?
Imperial.
Trade.
Trains.
Imperial.
Like, if the education system doesn't teach standard units of measurement for things like, plumbing, electrical.
But this is the thing. It's not a standard unit of measurement in the UK anymore.
It is. Everything is still imperial. I've been there. All your road signs are still in miles.
Yes.
And you can still buy spanners and that imperial sizes.
Yeah. So to not teach it is just setting people up to fail.
Yeah. But the thing is, you got to remember what they were told at the time was everywhere was going in metric.
Yeah.
So as far as they're concerned,
I'm well aware that most teachers have never been out in the real world.
Yeah.
But you've also got to remember
all the educational branch of our viewers.
Yeah, well, those who can't teach.
You've also got to remember, I was educated under Welsh Labour as well. And we have the worst education system in the UK.
Anyway, moving on, because we're getting on.
Moving on.
We don't do politics.
No.
Ooh.
Ivan says, Julian, mate. I think that means welcome back. Julian says, what did I miss? No to self-correct aim. Haha. Not much.
Nothing.
Yeah, there you go. You meant welcome back.
Suddenly, nothing happened.
Penny says, my great-grandfather was responsible for taking out 15 Messerschmitts in a single day. He's still regarded as the worst mechanic the Luftwaffe ever had. I've got a friend whose grandfather was actually an officer at a concentration camp. And he had to stand trial at Nuremberg. And he was acquitted because a lot of the prisoners actually wrote letters to the courts tell them that he was actually the one officer that actually treated them like human beings, and that he would sneak them food and things like that. So he's actually allowed to. He's actually found innocent.
Very good.
Which is pretty cool. Shows that good deeds don't go punished. They aren't always punished in the long term. June says, I have a photo of me about age 6 sat in, I think, a Sopwith Camel at RS St. Athan. That aircraft is now at Cosford, where the Aircraft Museum shut at St. Athan. It was sold. Oh. Brian says, Oi, I'm an ex-teacher. Yeah, my brother's a headmaster as well.
Mm.
And Paul says, Oi, I teach John.
Yeah, but you
Nobody's
know
taught
all
John in years.
And oi,
So-
I was an instructor in the
tried to
Royal Air Force. And oi, I was a trainer and assessor as well.
Did you know
Yes.
I did my army instructor's course as well? I never needed it because I was only a craftsman, but I got put on it anyway.
Yeah, so as an air traffic controller, you're talking nautical miles and stuff. Not everything is metric.
Nope.
Yeah. Thousands of feet and altitude.
Yeah.
And blah 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 blah. It goes on. Almost all trades.
Millibars of pressure, or milky bars, as we used to call them.
So yeah, I rest my case.
The other thing you got to remember as well is we used to do stuff like topics like expanding brackets in maths, and for some reason, no matter what I did, I'd write down the working out and I'd write down the answer, and I'd always get the right answer, but my working out should have given me a completely different answer.
Uh-huh.
So in the end, my teacher said to me, do you still have your shooting magazines and stuff in your bag for break time? I went, yeah. She went, well, in the future, whenever we're doing expanding brackets, sit there and read your magazine. She said, because I'm sick of trying to get my head around how you're working this out and getting the right answer when you should be getting the wrong answer. They gave up on me. I can't say I blame. Still got a C though, which isn't bad. Considering I wasn't even trying. Tiffany says 10 minutes left. Yes. Julian says those who can do, those who can't are critics or teachers. Yes.
Yeah.
Brian says, Julian, my favorite thing is when on TV adverts they say keep away from children. I couldn't agree more. Absolutely. Penny says, oh, that's nice. I do like a nice war story. Was it the brother of one of the high officers who used to drive a truck into a concentration camp, ask for people for work detail, then drive to a woods and let them go? I don't know, mate. Yeah, she's quite proud of that. I think she's still got the letter as well. One of the letters that one of the prisoners sent. Julian says, what did you teach, John? Paul?
Paul is a hydraulic training officer.
See, the problem is, Paul got his wording wrong. He says, he should have said, he tries to teach John.
Oh.
Nobody's ever successfully taught John.
Clearly.
We're always learning.
Every day's a school day.
Yes, exactly. Julian says, Brian, exactly what I think when I see them. Yeah. I think most of my teachers are dead now. Or at least some of them are. I know one of them died when I was in school. She drowned. Paul says, Julian, I teach hydraulics. That was always a fun topic, especially on the recovery truck. Jim says, happy Halloween to all. Yes.
Yeah.
Penny says, Goering's brother? I don't know. No, I doubt she was Goering's brother. He was Goering's brother. Couldn't tell you. I just remember her telling me about it.
Okay. So.
Tiffany says, happy Samhain? Whatever that is.
That's the Irish. It's the origin of Halloween. It's an Irish All Hallows Eve. Well, it's also the Gaelic word for November.
See, I don't follow all this pagan stuff, so I don't know.
Okay.
June says, Paul, I don't need an image of a wet John.
Well, yeah. Just have one of me covered in silver paint.
What image were we putting in Julian's head the other week? Was it Gary in an outfit, some outfit or something?
Oh,
can't remember.
please.
What was it? Was it Gary in spandex or something?
What?
Doing his exercises.
Present.
No, it was Jim. It was Jim. It was Jim dressed as Mr. Motivator. That's what it was.
Oh.
Penny says, thanks, Jim. Remind me to turn my buzzer off for tonight.
Oh, cripes.
Penny says, I'll look that story up and post it in Discord later. Fantastic. Please do. We do have a section on the Discord for research and stuff and reference photos and things like that. So feel free to put it in there. Julian says, if I recall correctly, Mr. H's nephew was in the US Army, quite possibly.
Oh, okay.
Jim says, me too. Yes. There we go.
All
So,
right.
gentle beans and John. We've still got 18 viewers and we've got 3 minutes left. How cool is that?
Well,
Right. What have you achieved today?
well, I'd like to say that I have managed to achieve what I set out to achieve. And I didn't think I was going to achieve it because I was concerned about the decals. But I have got the decals on. They are bedding down nicely on both sides there. And the one on the front, oh, sorry, is on there of a sort. And also,
It looks beautiful, Gary.
so I'm quite pleased with that. And, you know, that is
Are
very
you pleased with
nearly
how it
the...
turned out?
I'm very pleased with it. And I am quite
So I know you-
surprised.
I know you've not really enjoyed doing the build. It's not something that's particularly enthralled you. It's not something you particularly want to do again.
At
But
the end of the day, it's a build, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
The-
It didn't suck.
no, it didn't suck at all. The subject matter is probably not one I would go to quite often.
Yeah.
But I have enjoyed it, and I will enjoy getting a wooden plinth for the track.
Yeah.
Putting the track on, putting it up there, and it will take pride of place in my cabinet. So
Nice.
I have enjoyed that. I would say for me, that build is now done.
Yeah.
I
Are you going to paint the tracks and stuff?
will put the tracks on, mount them onto a wooden board when I can find a bit of board.
Yeah.
I will put some gravel in amongst the track. But I'll do very basic stuff with it. I might do some paintwork on the tracks as well, but it'll be a very basic on the board, boom. And I might, if I can get away with it, see if I can get the decals to stick onto the wooden board because it'll be varnished. So,
Well, why don't you just 3D print a plaque and then just paint the plaque?
well, I could, but that would necessitate me having to design.
Well, it's just a rectangle with letters on it.
Exactly.
Well, if you could do that, that'd be awesome.
It would. I mean, yeah. Maybe I'll something to play around with.
Yeah.
We're very happy with it.
Well, since we've pretty much finished, I mean, all I've got to do is my decals, but I can do that off camera anyway. Next week, why don't we make next week about doing the tracks? And then that way, then we've finished the build, and then we can have that finished pre-Telford and then start new on post-Telford.
Yeah.
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 Does that sound
Yeah,
right,
wonderful.
Gary?
That's
John?
fine. That's
It
cool.
sure does.
Cool. So, John, what have you achieved?
Well,
Before that, actually,
yeah.
John, before that, I'll just go through some comments because we've suddenly got a lot of comments. Julian says, "Oh, please, hell no. Why, oh, why does Mikey remind me of that kind of stuff?" Yes. I like reminding Julian of Jim in spandex as Mr. Motivator. Australian Ian says, "I got to go get myself on those rainbow things you have on your bench." Yes, they are very good.
They're just easy. So once the paint dries, you just literally pop it out of there,
Yeah.
and go again. Yeah, they're cheap.
Penny says it was Albert Goering, brother of Herman. He used his brother's status to go into concentration camps to get workers and let them go. Yes. Very brave man indeed. June says, "Oops, sauce, Mr. H, gotcha." Yeah. Ivan says, "Gotta go, folks. Doctor doing his rounds. Got Sue with me. Great to see you all. Bye." And see you tomorrow, Ivan, if you're available. Penny says, "Despite being a good man, he was shunned after the war because of his surname." Yeah, it's hardly surprising. Budget Moller says, "Oh my god, I've only gone and tidied up. Now it's prep for the Zero show." Nice.
Right on,
What time's the
Sparklers.
Zero show? What time's the Zero show? And are you going to be breaking any more pieces? Jim says, "Penny, yes he was. Mark Felton made a video about him. Very informative." Yes.
They're good, yeah.
They are good videos, but that intro music does my nut in. Especially if I've got my headphones in. It just sets me on edge. I don't know why.
Mm.
June
Imagine
says,
playing that as you're traveling to London.
"Yeah, I wouldn't." June says, "Steph, if you're like me, you'll tidy up and then can't find anything, but could when it was a mess." Yes. That sounds like most modelers' workbenches. Penny says, "He used to forge his brother's signature on documents, and when he got caught, used his brother's status to get away with it." Yeah. Tiffany says, "If anyone would like someone to do a watch, the Budget Modeler is live in 30 minutes. Fantastic. There you go." Penny says, "Budget Modeler, when is your Zero show? I watched one before and really enjoyed it." There you go. We've got something to do for the afternoon. Penny says, "Tiffany, you answered the question as I wrote it." Duke says, "They look great, guys." And Budget Modeler says 13:30. Yes. There we go. So something to do this afternoon. And Kaylee's just brought me some lovely quiches in for my dinner just in time.
Lovely.
So, John, please continue.
Well, I've achieved pretty much the same as what Gary's done. So the decals are on. Oh, this is a train first. So this one, is the this one's called Fighter Pilot. These decals aren't really colourful, but it's the RAF Fighter Command crest, and Fighter Pilot, blah, blah, blah. And number on the back, number on the front, and same with the tender. Now with the coal, you can't see a thing yet, but what I've done. So this is a leftover. What is it? Payne's Grey oil from the other day. So just a bit of odorless solvent into the oil and just sort of like round over the coal. So it looks sort of shiny at the moment, but once that dries, it'll sort of dull down. And I think that coal will look probably more like coal. We'll see how that goes. The rest of it is pretty much as you see it. It's I like Gary reckon that the train is pretty much done. In fact, there's not much more I could do with it. I could look for things to paint, but I've just done a bit of copper in there, and she's done. So I like it. It was it wasn't a difficult build, and it does look good. Like it looks train-like, and I have no idea what to do next week because I've got nothing in mind for how this is going to be presented. We'll see. But that's me.
Excellent. And as for me, I've just been doing a little bit of detailing whilst I've been keeping up with the chat. So I picked out the lights a little bit. If I can focus on it. There you go. So I picked out the colour in the lamps a little bit.
Nice. We should paint some lamps.
Put some wash in between the lumps of coal to make them stand out a bit more. Put a bit of worn metal on there. You can't really see it on camera. Painted behind the ladders a bit. Touched the paint up behind there. Painted the water cap brass coloured because I like it like that. Painted the whistle with gold or brass. Brass, I think. I painted it with. Yeah. So that's all I've been doing, really. Doing a little bit of detailing.
Yeah.
Because I can't, when I'm doing the chart, I can't concentrate for long enough to do the decals. So, yeah, that is me. I'll do the decals off camera so that then we're all ready to do the track next Thursday before Telford, which, of course, we will be mentioning quite a wrong count. We will be mentioning quite a lot in
yes.
the show, just to make John jealous.
Most of next week, when we're not even on air, when we're talking as we do daily, we will mention Telford as much as we can just to wind the Aussie up.
Yes.
El Bastardos.
The only thing we'll be missing from the Telford this year will be Tim Tams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we won't miss John.
No, we will.
Yeah. Well,
we'll have
everyone
Paul
else. Paul there. So anyone in the stream, watching, listening, even now or later on, if you're going to Telford, enjoy it. I think it's absolutely worth the entrance fee. Yeah.
In fact, what I might do is put a channel on the Discord for Telford pictures.
That's a good idea.
So if people want to share them, we can all see them.
Okay. I'll post my pictures from Telford last year. I'll put them there.
Yeah. And obviously, if you want to say hello to us, if you see us there, and say hello, and we'll take a selfie with you and stuff like that. It's fine.
For a small fee.
£5 a selfie.
To prove that we do actually have some viewers.
I've just had a derailment.
Oh, no.
And thank you for helping me choose. And the next build on my desk will be the 48 scale Tempest Mark V as the one in the bottom there. So W2X. That'll be nice.
Julian says, I expect there are a few NSDAP members with unusual names who were shunned after World War II. Yes. Most of them were taken to America to work for NASA, funnily enough. Paul says, love your work, folks. Thanks for the stream.
Cheers, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. See you next week, mate.
Yeah.
See you next Saturday. Budget Modeler says, thank you, guys. You kept me amused whilst tidying. Yes.
Cheers,
Pleasure.
Steph. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for watching.
Yes. We're like a group of clowns performing for you. Like performing monkeys. Jim says, to everyone, a great day or night wherever you are. Be seeing you.
Cheers.
Jim.
Cheers, Jim.
Whenever I say Jim's name, I always think of the kids program Rosie and Jim.
I'm the old rag doll. Oh, I can't sing.
50 says, I'm already looking at hotels for next year's Telford show.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What
So
you'll find is most of the people you speak to at Telford will book their next year's hotel while they're there.
Yeah. It's like, 80%.
Well, I've got to go and see my mother, so.
Yes.
Wonderful. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in and watching and listening to us talk rubbish while we're modelling. But I look forward to this. Every session is a lot of fun. I love it.
Yeah, I enjoy it. So head over to the Budget Modeler in 20 minutes to go and watch his live or his show. That'd be good. Keep him busy with comments so he doesn't get any work done. Yeah, inundate him with comments. Me and John will be back tomorrow for Creative Friday, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got nowhere else to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday. What's happening tomorrow? I don't know whether I might be there as well.
Well, if you want to come up on tomorrow, feel free. You've got nothing to do.
Don't think so.
Yeah. Right.
Well.
Toodaloo. See you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Bye.
On the dial. Take it easy, everybody.